Okay. Let's do that. Not listening to that. Good morning, Michael. You working today? I'm heading about one. I'm headed to State College of Florida, Venice. I gotta do a favor for a friend. I got a phone call here. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry, guys. Gotta maneuver through multiple cars here. Hopefully this. Hold on, make sure this Wi-Fi in this area. No, it does. So that seems like a good place to park right there. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, thanks, man. I know it's not like a sports car or anything, but it's actually really nice as far as like what it offers. All right. How would you just park on the wrong side of the road, motherfucker? We are in South Venice, which will be very noticeable once we hit South Venice Boulevard. South Venice was, so back in like the 60s, they started to build houses down here to add, when Venice was growing. Kind of at the tail end of, I guess you call it, the World War II spurt for Florida, although the West Coast didn't really notice it nearly as much. I mean, Naples was a tiny, small town as late as like 1970, 1975, even 80. Definitely wasn't what it looked nothing like today. So, but yeah, I would say as far as like compact SUVs go, I mean, obviously Lexus probably makes a nicer one in my opinion, but for the gas mileage, I mean, I average like 46 miles to the gallon driving around town. So, but it's really smooth. I had, in a red LE, but the LE is like the base model, so there's like no power tailgate, no sunroof, no push button ignition, like base model wheels, base model cloth seats, and I got a good deal on this. So anyway, yeah, Naples is just, it's overpriced, and my grandfather told me a story once. So in 1939, before the onset of World War II, he was hitchhiking. So he was 20 years old in 39, and he told me he hitchhiked from on Route 41 from Naples to Miami, which is like the only way to get across the state for at least 30 or 40 miles, and it was a dirt road. And now, that was a long time ago, but it wasn't like forever ago. I mean, up until 1985, I think, there wasn't an interstate that went across the state down there. You just had 41. 75 wasn't fully built until Yeah, 85 I think is when they connected it. It could have been a little bit earlier, but imagine not having interstate that connected the east and west coast in South Florida. That just would be like a joke. Wow, gas went up. You weren't kidding, Mike. 459. I mean, the sad part is I don't want gas to go up because like I don't want to pay more for gas, but the more gas goes up, like the more valuable this car becomes. So it's a weird situation. I haven't been to Naples proper, I haven't been into downtown Naples. It's been at least 10 years. I used to do consulting for Naples Botanical in 08 and 09. That's probably the last time I actually got off the interstate to spend time in Naples was I went to go visit Calusa Palms Nursery. He might have changed the name, but Mark Ingris, is a friend of mine, known him for a long time, has a great nursery if you're in the area. So, yeah. Naples was a very sleepy town until about 1990. You listen to Bob FM, they kind of give little hints to like how Naples and Stars Naples used to be. Some of them I don't get, but all the new roads like Collier Boulevard, some parts of like there's a weird story behind a lot of that stuff because there was a bunch of land for sale that was south of 75, but the only access was like from Everglades Boulevard in East Naples Golden Gate area, and they're basically selling swampland. It was garbage, so the state decided to just like block it off. So these roads still, if you look on a Google map, south of 75, in east of Naples, you'll find like the leftovers of these roads that people never were able to buy. That land was considered not suitable for living. They knew that they could never keep it above water. So yeah, the Botanical Garden's definitely worth it. It used to be nothing, and then someone, I don't know what happened, but they got this huge influx of money, and I would actually go there on fucking crazy shit people do just to get around. Anyway, I would go there on my days off from Fairchild. So that was sort of been like August of 2008. The curator of Palms and Psych Heads actually was offered it, and she was like, it's probably better that you go. It's not my specialty. I'm like, well, it is your job. I forget, her specialty was like landscape maintenance, but she somehow got the job doing that. So it's okay. She was good at it. She tried. She was definitely a hard worker. She was fun. She was fun to work with. So we're heading east, heading south on 41, but right here it's technically east because it goes down to Venice and then over to through Northport, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda, and then it heads back south again. I mean, it kind of drifts a little bit south, but not much. Kind of making a straight shot here. So when I get there, I'm going to have to bring the phone with me because I need to look up an ID. You guys don't mind a pause or two. Not that everybody's watching, but these are all the gated communities. None of this was here when I moved here, Sarasota National. This is basically a golf course community. I would think someone would get bored playing the same course over and over, even if you had 2 or 3 of them. But I don't know. The one on my left has been here forever, though, Plantation. And this lane departure warning thing, I have to turn it off. always been here, just in a smaller fashion. Then you have Stony Creek, and I forget what the other one is called. They all look the same and sound the same. I actually came here yesterday, and people do like 80 miles an hour down this road, which has a 55. I mean, and the cops love to sit out around here. So this is technically Northport now, residents of Venice. I don't know why, but it's just kind of denial. Obviously, a ton of Royals. I remember before any of this was built, the first thing they put out were the Royals. And anyone who's watched these live streams has seen these. Anyone who's watched these live streams has seen these. You know, this. It's kind of like a grand entrance into Venice. Oh, I think I have my next vlog ready there. If I can park somewhere that's not gonna grab the attention of. I don't know where I could park. I mean, if I park on the side of the road right here, just gated communities, they love to find things. Yeah, there really isn't a speed limit. There's nothing really there, especially at night. I mean, yeah, between Tucker's Grade and essentially, you know, where the Lee County border, where the mobile homes start coming in. I mean, there was a live stream, and it's still on there, where a guy passed me, like, so I'm driving in this lane, a guy passes me on the grass here, doing at least 80 or 90 miles an hour, because I was doing maybe 75, and yeah, he was going much faster. He was probably going closer, over 100. So I was a little bit upset that someone would, like, endanger my life over passing me on the grass. So I actually, like, tried to catch up to him, and I think this car is my car, the Ridgeline, was limited to 117 because I didn't seem to want to go past that. But I was not catching up. I don't think I was catching up to him, so. But yeah, you can go 100 miles an hour. Just, I prefer not be on the grass next to me where you could just roll over and run into me. So they've totally bulldozed this whole area here. I don't know if that's becoming more houses or apartment complexes. This used to be just farmland. I mean, this was all farmland. I sound like an old man. But they're building these new apartments here. I think this is going to become like a town center. So definitely a lot of housing going in. This area is called Wellham Park. And so gas really is $4.59. We'll check out that area in a second. So is this really like how small? Okay, I've never actually come in this entrance before, and yesterday was my first time ever being here, and I was supposed to have this finished yesterday, but the person didn't decided not to stay until the time that they were supposed to be open until. Now I was going to do a vlog about the plants here, but there's really not a whole lot to do. It's just all palmettos and saw palmettos. Yeah, I think houses in this area start, like, the cheapest one you can find in these communities is like $550. I mean, I don't think it's going to stay that way, but that's what they have been. All right, so student deliveries. Oh, a three-way. Oh, there's a lot of kids out here. I don't know if you guys can see that, or I don't know. This is like college stuff. Look like they're not college age. It looks like they're. There's a cop here. There's a broken down bus. That's rough because it's not that hot out, but it's humid, and that bus is broken down. Working on it, and that it's for some reason this parking lot is so hot. I came here yesterday. It felt like it was sitting like 100 and humid out here. These are actually some nice specimens of Zamia furfuracea. If these were not so common, they would be highly sought after. And they planted some adenidias there, which this is kind of a cold sink because it's right by the river. All right. So I don't know where I'm really supposed to draw. Yeah, the storms, it is fun because you know it's going to cool down. Like a month ago, or even a few weeks ago, it would have been no fun. I don't know how I just did this bad of a parking job, but all right, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out here because I need to get access to information on my phone. Plus, it's also personal information. That sucks. I had to turn off that song. Just trying to think here. Would you guys prefer me start a new stream or pause it and then come back? I might be paused for 5 or 10 minutes. It's probably better to start a new stream, I would imagine. Why don't we do that? All right, I'll pause it. If no one's back after a little bit, just if people come, let's see what happens here. I don't know if it's legal to film on this property. I don't care either. Oh, the key's still in the car. Oh, okay. Thankfully, I thought I left the key at my house. There's really nothing too interesting here. It's kind of the same Narrow Alley dates. And with some nice, these ferns growing on them is pretty typical. It's a sign that they actually are pretty healthy because they're getting a decent amount of moisture. Bachelor's degrees. It looks very, other than these bushes, it looks relatively native here, so there's a lot of public safety on it. When I get inside, I'll have to turn this, I'll have to pause this. So it'll be hopefully less than 5 minutes, maybe even less than that, I don't know. So where's the entrance to this? Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it. Why is it not allowing me? You're not allowing me to do this. I might have to end it.